Nerf Accustrike is a sniper, complete with tripod and funky flip-up aiming device. If you saw any of the Toy Fair videos from last year, you'll know that any Nerf who uses it will get muscles and a stubbly chiseled chin. Maybe. The Accustrike line also has sidearms, Falcon Fire and Quadrant, and another smaller sniper-type blaster, which I don't have much left of. But no true support blasters yet. How is this guy meant to focus on his long-range sniping if there's no one backing him up at close range? Some kind of a Springer capable of laying down sustained covering fire. And I made a bunch of these in this video. Up here. But a few of you thought that a true support blaster would have to be more than just a Springer. Laying down covering fire for a sniper needs semi-auto goodness. The Flywheel Master Race deserve to be like this guy too. Again, I will predict the future. We are going to predict Hasbro's first semi-automatic Accustrike blaster. In predicting this Accustrike support blaster, we have a few things to consider. Firstly, all Accustrike blasters, apart from the Quadrant, have a faux barrel. A massively more massive than necessary faux barrel. Secondly, the two primary class blasters have funky stocks on them. And the only Accustrike blaster so far to have a mag has a funky off-color mag. Yeah, we can't just use one of these. For a support blaster, 6 is way too small. And these are all orange. None of these stocks feel Accu or strikey enough. Although this one's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of funky, but it's not quite Accustrike. Oh, too yellow, too Doomland. This one's strikey, but too long. Too blue and white. Where in the world are we going to find a suitable mag, stock, and barrel? I can't handle it!
If only Spider-Tang were here, he'd know what to do!
But where is he? Wait, what's that? Tang! Optimus Tang!
Tangformers! Monkeys in disguise!
But of course! An Alpha Hawk barrel and stock.
But what about the mags?
Bumbletang! Can you help us with mags, Bumbletang?
What a good idea!
But where are they? Oh my goodness! Optimus Tang's transformed into these mags! What are the chances? Yeah, too pink, too grey, too olive. I like the honeycomb effect on this. And it's already loaded with Accustrike darts. It's meant to be. Links to these in the description below, along with fan mail, Instagram and all that jazz.
Don't forget the funky red dot sides as well!
Perfect! Thanks, Mr. T-Rex. As we go through these semi-automatic Accustrike support blasters, please comment on the one you like the best, or the one you think we're most likely to see Hasbro actually make. Also, don't forget the QA's ongoing, so post any questions below. And we can display them in this working display stand.
Don't forget birdie names!
Yes, Mr. T-Rex, that's another thing that all Accustrike blasters must have. Raptor Strike, Falcon Fire, Alpha Hawk, and then Quadrant. What's that all about, Hasbro? I know what it is. It's because I guessed Mediator. Hasbro be all like, well, he guessed the Mediator, let's call the next one Cabbage Fire. That'll show him. But let's assume Hasbro doesn't do that. Let's do this!
Ah!
The Delta Demo Duck, complete with underslung grenade launching goodness. The Sigma Stalk Strife. I actually really like the look of this one. Kind of looks like an assault support blaster should. Or how about this one? The Chris Vector Kappa Cockatoo. I can actually see an Accustrike support blaster looking something like this. The Alpha Raven. With all these repaints recently, all it needs is a little bit more squishy here and it's good to go. The Moo Modulus Milvus. That's a bird, trust me, Google it. With a host of tactical tack rails. The Row Rapid Robin Rouge. Sleek, stylish support for any scenario. In all seriousness, Accustrike blasters are a little bit more sleek than all the others. The Row Robin Rouge is a distinct possibility. Actually also looks really cool. It's an MP5 type gig without the barrel. To be fair, actually looks really cool just as it is. In all seriousness though, I feel that though whilst mag-fed blasters have got a lot to offer, there is one type of blaster we're kind of missing. If we go right back to the Accustrike roots, what do we get?
Longer than necessary blaster with a rotating barrel!
Which is why I think something like the Barricade Beta Buzzard is a distinct possibility. Seriously, it's got everything that Accustrike loves. Why shouldn't Accustrike's first foray into semi-automatic blasters be like its first foray into Springer Accustrike blasters? You reshelled the Recon as an Accustrike blaster, Hasbro. You know you want to do the Barricade. Seriously, can you not see this as an Accustrike blaster? Or maybe even without the barrel, the Sigma Sparrow Stockade. Still longer than necessary. It would work with a little bit of squishy!
Squishy!
It's just looks so like something that might happen. I can almost guarantee you at some point Nerf are going to resell a barricade or a stockade and giving it a longer barrel than it needs. And why not for Accustrike? I mean, maybe with like 1 or 2 less shots, just cause. Quadrant, Outhawk, excuse me, bit of a cough there. Negotiator. Keeps happening. Or who knows, they might give us some extra capacity. The Fearless Feta Falcon. I think Feta might be a type of cheese, so the Fearless Phi Falcon. Nailed it. Or if Hasbro are feeling really brave, we might even see the Beta Blackbird Badger. Seriously, comment below which of these you think is the most possible to become part of the Accustrike line in the near future. It is a matter of time until they start to do semi-automatic blasters. And if it's not going to be the Alpha Toucan, it's got to be one of these. Now time for some Q&A. Obscure Nerfer, I'm working on a barricade and I was wondering if you had any suggestions for mods on it and how I should go about new wiring into the shell without the trigger sticking. Obscure Nerfer, if I was you, I'd search for Foam Data Services, Nerf Barricade, Thrifty Nifty 50 cal mod. That'll tell you everything you need to know, and that's what got me started on barricades. Third Boy Studio, did you just eat 1,000 pieces of candy? I lost count. Fire has a 724. Is jerking the camera around to emphasize every word necessary? Yes. Yes it is. Trico Gamer 2, generic question, what is your favourite Jolt? Gotta be Mrs. Jolt. If you could remake a blaster, what changes would you do to the blaster? I had to think quite hard about this, but I think a Nerf rival Artemis with an even larger capacity than it has now would be it. Adam Phasar, RULDS. If that means Latter-day Saint, yes. Kevin Seng, how many Jolts do you have? A bucket full. How many Nerf guns do you have? Well, I made a video about that not too long ago, but I've bought some and sold some since then, so it's probably changed. Seth Cavey, do you like pie? Yes, but only pie flavour. What is your favourite Nerf gun of each series, and what is your favourite Nerf series? Well, in terms of vintage old school blasters, I would say it has to be this bow right here. This isn't the exact one I had, but this is the first Nerf blaster I ever had as a child, before I was really interested in Nerf. In terms of the Dart Tag series, I really love these guys. There's never been another single shot blaster that's been able to store 5 darts in it. That's incredible. N-Strike line, gotta be the Havoc Fire. Although in terms of Nerf war ability for the N-Strike line, it'd probably be the Nerf Jolt, to be honest. The Jolt was one of the first blasters I ever modded. Havoc Fire, Jolt. It's a difficult decision, actually. Let's go with Jolt. Or Raven. I like Ravens too. And I do actually still use the N-Strike Raven in my loadouts. Oh, this is so hard. Lone Clone Minecraft? That question's not fair. And then there's the Barricade. Let's try a different line. The Elite line is much easier. Gotta be the Rapid Strike. That's a relief. Modern Dart Tag line, Swarm Fire every time. Doomland series, Lawbringer, minimized. This blaster is phenomenal. Big capacity front loader, one-handed priming. Who wouldn't like this? And why would Hasbro make one of these with 4 less shots? Why, Hasbro, why? Alien Menace line has to be the Incisor. Front-loading goodness. Dang it, the N-Strike line had the secret shot as well. In terms of the Zombie Strike line, it's got to be in between the Side Strike and the Sledge Fire. Now, you may be wondering why the Hammer Shot's not there, but there's a blaster that I prefer more than the Hammer Shot in another line. In terms of the Rebel line, the Fearless Fire is a blaster that I love the idea of. I've got 3 of them, but I've never actually used them in any Nerf wars because I got to the Battle Badger because I feel like the Battle Badger does the job better. Because I prefer the Battle Badger. And so in terms of Rebel, I love the Super Stripes or Angel Fire type blasters. I prefer them to the Hammer Shot because they're sleeker and smoother, and slightly more compact. I do love the Rebel Charmed Grace Fire too though. Why does the N-Strike line have to be so unfair? In terms of Mega Blasters, the Cyclone Shock is the only blaster I've ever really wanted to Nerf with in a Nerf war. It gets decent performance with worker inserts, and you can mix and match the chambers for a bit of flexibility. Rival line at the moment is easy. Gotta be the Artemis. Gonna be honest, the Artemis is quickly becoming my primary of choice. In terms of the Accustrike line, the Toucan Trooper is my favourite blaster so far. Gonna be honest, Hasbro, still waiting to be impressed. In terms of superhero, filmy type blasters, I really love the Guardians of the Galaxy blaster. I guess I like my Nerf blasters to be Nerf warable. I think the Quad Shot or the Quad Strike, whatever that blaster's called, could end up being my favourite Accustrike blaster. But I'd have to get it in my hand first. I honestly think that bearing in mind the difficulty I'm having deciding between these N-Strike blasters, the N-Strike line has to be my favourite. I love to get blasters in my hand and use them in Nerf wars. And based on that, I would say my favourite N-Strike blaster has to be the Raven. But Justajolt, you can't front load it, I hear you say. No, but you can top load this one. Yeah. Raven, can you feel the tactics? I'm sticking with Raven and moving on before I change my mind. Carson Weber asks, how on earth do I come up with these hilariously hilarious videos? My brain is a bizarre place, Carson.
Hey,
Jaminator37192 asks, I meant Jiminator3719 2 days ago, asked, how do you make that spider tang? I want to make one and terrify my friends! Nobody makes spider tang, Jiminator. When you need him, he's
Just there. What's in the stock? Comment if you know what that is.